Welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. It's a new week of comics, and in my hands is one of those releases. It is Ravencroft #1, first issue of a limited series spinning out of the Ruins of Ravencroft miniseries that came before this, and Absolute Carnage that came before that. So this series picks up as to what the future of Ravencroft is. It is a piece of the bigger puzzle that's out there that's clearly still being built and spun. That kind of began in Venom, that moved into Absolute Carnage, and now shifting into something else, and what exactly that is, I'm not quite sure. But this is a very interesting first issue. So it's written by Frank Tieri. Angel Unzueta is the artist, Rachelle Rosenberg and Dono Sánchez-Almara are the colorists, and Joe Sabino is the letterer. And I mean, the comic's pretty straightforward. So Ravencroft has been rebuilt. It is a facility for the deranged kind of supervillains that don't wind up in other facilities, and some seem to be legit and want to be treated, but clearly those who have rebuilt the facility want something else to happen. It's a very interesting comic in that it is steeped in mystery, and we don't know exactly where it's going or what's going to happen. There is a lot of twists and turns, especially when you get towards the end, and I wouldn't say things become clearer, but there's more wrenches thrown in to sabotage things. It's actually a good issue. I enjoyed what Tieri was doing with his Ruins of Ravencroft miniseries. Most of the issues were really solid. One I thought was a little iffy. And pieces of the puzzle that were laid out in that miniseries play out here. You don't necessarily need to have read that miniseries to get this comic, but definitely can help. One particular scene that is hinted at or teased, really, is directly from the Captain America, the last issue of that miniseries. So it's fairly, I would say, not important, but it helps maybe flesh things out a little bit. Where this is all going, I have no idea. You know, it feels like it's all going to play and flow into something else, some other event, or have some characters like new status quo, stuff like that. It's interesting. As I said, it feels like very much a piece of the puzzle. Marvel seems to have shifted some things a little bit in their focus. They're playing more with filling in holes in history, not necessarily retcons, but in addition to history, and playing off of these new revelations. And this feels like part of that evolution. And all of it's kind of been flowing really nicely. I've actually been enjoying it. I think this is like the null that's been going on with the whole symbiote god, all that stuff. Like, it's a fine example of that. So it's a really interesting comic, and there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of things teased out and hinted at, especially with like Misty Knight. A lot of interesting character interactions. I dig it. Like, this isn't one that necessarily I would say blew me away, but it's good, and it's really good enough that I want to see where it goes. I'm intrigued. I'm very, very intrigued. It's a dice setup to the point that I want to see where this all goes. So it's good, and I dig the art too. I think the art really fits that mysterious vibe that Tieri's going with the story itself. So. If you read Absolute Carnage, you did the Ruins of Ravencroft, and want to see kind of this concept of where the bad guys go to try to get some redemption, some help. Like, this is gonna be interesting. There's a lot of potential with this, and I have a feeling this is going to be a very interesting series that a lot of future things are going to reference, and things we don't know, since I think it's a 5-issue series. So things haven't been teased out that whatever this is flowing into. So I'm intrigued, and very, very intrigued. It's out in comic shops this week. You can go get it. There's a link beneath this video where you put in your zip code, tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some affiliate links. There are affiliate links, so we get a small percentage of that by doing that. You help support our site, though, so thank you. And speaking of support, I want to thank Marvel for hooking us up with this review copy, and thank you for watching. Now, if you're into Marvel, if you're into comics in general, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.